The great reformers in church history gave clear warnings that Christ's church, having finally been reformed, should forever remain in the state of Reformation if it was to remain faithful to God. Today, in many evangelical churches, men are losing interest in ministry, and the hearts of our youth are far from faith in Christ. Obviously, the need for church reform is once again upon us. This brief documentary tells the story of what one local church has done to address some of these needed reforms and what that difference has made in the lives of its members. Welcome to Household of Faith Community Church in Portland, Oregon.
The vision of the church originally was to have a church that was going to be supportive of the family and recognize the value of the family as a unit, rather than using the family as spare parts, to take apart and use in programs and other church activities, to strengthen the family and work with it in ways that made it stronger and more effective. So our goal was to have a body life that was good for everyone, good for children, good for marriage, good for the pastors and elders, that the whole approach to ministry would be not playing these things against one another, but helping them strengthen one another. Most of the families had been in large churches, and they were frustrated with having the family divided. As soon as they hit the doors, they would go to different programs. And many times churches didn't even allow the children to come into the services with their parents. And so there was a real excitement about the unity.
And so it was really refreshing, I think, for all of us to feel that we were linking arms with like-minded people. And Greg had already been challenged to take the ideas that he'd been teaching on family restoration and just restoring the household to a place of, well, the place that God had given it, the household actually.
We went to 85 members within 3 months in our home and had to move into a public school nearby. We grew up over 450 within a year and a half or so.
When we first started meeting in the Harris's home and coming each week and setting up chairs, a few chairs in their living room, and it rapidly became full with people, and just the sweetness of the fellowship, I think, of just getting together and really feeling like you were connected with people. This was more like being family. And so that was, for me, a really valuable and wonderful part of it.
The reforms of Household of Faith are guided by a desire to take Christ's church back to the simple patterns of church life and ministry described in the New Testament.
When we began meeting in my home in 1998, we had a visitor's booklet already in print, and it mapped out what we hoped that people would experience as they fellowshiped with us, as they worshiped with us. The age integration, Reformed in doctrine, charismatic in ministry, evangelical in mission, reproductive in growth, expecting, even though we were just planting the church, expecting to reproduce multiple congregations as one local church. You see, many churches have multiple services in one building sequentially. They may have Saturday night, early Sunday, late Sunday, and even later Sunday services. Our church has multiple services simultaneously in different locations. What that does is it allows us to provide opportunity for more men to preach and teach, for more elders to eld, and more deacons to deek, and more families to enter into a small church body life and culture that allows you to know the people that you are in fellowship with and to notice when somebody's not there. So even though we have the resources and the manpower of a megachurch now with about 1,100 members, we still have the experience of a small church because we're meeting in 5 different congregations with the oversight being an eldership team. The church is perpetually in need of reformation Because we are walking in a very dusty, dirty world, we need to continually be rinsed off with the pure water of the Word. We're doing this because we love Jesus Christ and we are His bride.